Welcome to week 4. We are in our final week. I know you can't believe it. You guys have all been doing such a fabulous job. Thank you for your effort. It shows in your discussions, it shows in your responses, it's showing in your KWLs, and it's showing in your assignments. You all are doing a fabulous job. And this is a pretty intense course when you take a winter session course. It's still a 16-week course, all compacted into 4 weeks. So you guys are doing a fabulous job. Thank you for the effort. This week we will be in Module 4, and under the modules, I clicked on the instructions for Module 4, and we talk about Chapter 13 through 16 are the chapters you'll be covering this week in our textbook. So what you will learn by the end of 13 is you are going to understand what helps some children thrive in a difficult family, school, or neighborhood. Should parents marry, risking divorce, or not marry and thus avoiding divorce? What can be done to stop a bully? Why would children lie to adults to protect a friend? You'll be able to answer those questions after reading chapter 13 and chapter 14. How will you predict when puberty will begin for a particular child? What do some teenagers avoid eating for days or even months? Or why do they? And what makes teenage sex a problem instead of joy? And then chapter 15, by the end of that, you will know why are young adolescents often egocentric. That's kind of how we start off too, right? And why does emotion sometimes overwhelm reason? And is cyberbullying worse than bullying directly? And what kind of school is best for teenagers? And then the last chapter will be chapter 16. You will know why might a teenager be into sports one year and then into books the next? Should parents back off when their teenager disputes every rule, wish, or suggestion they make? Who are the best and worst sources of information about sex? Should we worry more about teen suicide or juvenile delinquency? And why are adolescents forbidden to drink and smoke, but adults can do so? Again, all that will be found in chapter 16. The SLOs, the student learning outcomes, we'll cover in week 4 are all 3 from this course. And you'll want to be successful in this module, you will want to complete the following. So first you want to view the instructional video, which you are doing now. You'll want to read chapter 13 through 16. You want to complete the quizzes for each chapter, and those are due on Saturday, just like every single week. Saturday, January 30th by 11:59. They are worth 10 points each. And then your discussion board is psychosocial development. And the original thread, just like every week, my friends, is due Wednesday by 11:59. Must be 100 words or more. And then you must respond to 2 of your peers by Saturday the 30th at 11:59. Again, that should be at least 50 words in length. You must, as you see right here, you must post your original thread by the 27th to receive any portion of credit for this discussion. So let's go ahead and go over the discussion. I'm going to click into the discussion right here. So it's psychosocial development. I want you to click on this stopbullying.gov and look this over. And what we're going to be talking about is bullying on this topic. So why is or while it has always existed, bullying and cyberbullying has become a major problem in middle childhood and in adolescence. So I've included a great resource regarding this topic, which is right here. You just click on it. I want you to take a moment to look over some of the items on the website. And after viewing the website and reading this week's material and reflecting on your own experiences, I want you to create a thread that addresses the harmful effects and possible solutions to bullying and cyberbullying. Here are some questions to get you started. This is what I want you to cover these, but you can elaborate on other questions if you like. Especially if you experienced this or if you saw it in school or were part of it, you please share with your peers. So what I'd like you to, again, here are just some prompts to get you started. How was bullying dealt with when you were younger? How was it dealt with today? Where do bullies fit in the system of popular or unpopular children? What happens to bullies when they become older? What advice should parents give their children who are victimized by a bully? And should a child be encouraged to defend himself or herself? When should he or she use adult resources? And is it always wrong to hit, such as self-defense? Are self-defense and retaliation different? So these are some questions just to get you started and prompt. And again, you please elaborate. If you want to share an experience, please do so. Again, the original thread is due on Wednesday, the 27th, and then the final two peer posts are due by that Saturday. And again, here is your rubric of what I'm looking for. You always want to get into here, the excellent or competent areas to get your full credits, right? Okay, so let's pop back to the module. That is your discussion board. Your assignments for this week, again, just like every week, your KWLs, you're going to cover chapter 13 through 16, and they're due by Saturday the 30th, and it is also worth 10 points. Make sure you do your summary of thoughts. Some of you are missing that, and you're being deducted points because of that. Just tell me, how are you going to use this material that you've learned going forward, okay? And then resource letter. So this is an assignment this is your assignment for this week, is a resource letter, and it's due by Saturday the 30th. And it's worth 25 points. And I'm going to click on that in a moment. But also the final exam is due by Saturday, January 30th, and it is due by 11:59. It's worth 50 points. Again, you can use your books, you can use quizzes. It is an open final. You want to make sure that it covers that second part. So the midterm covered the first half, and the final will cover the second half of our chapters. You'll also want to go ahead and review the chapter videos because some of the questions might be in those videos as well. You want to make sure you cover. So the resource letter is under module 4. And I'm just going to click on this and I'm going to expand it so we can see the instructions. So this is something I always tell everybody, and it is very, very true. Early intervention is key. All children should get an education or an early developmental screening before the age of 3. That's very important. You should get some type of developmental screening before the age of 3, whether it be from your doctor or professionals in the field. Like Help Me Grow is a great resource to utilize to get developmental screening as well. So there is no time to wait if a child is not thriving in development within these years. Early intervention is key. If they're not hitting their milestones in that first 3-year period, something's going on and you need to fix it. You need to correct it as soon as possible, right? So for your assignment, these are your instructions. You are a parent of a 3-year-old boy that is nonverbal and somewhat shy in temperament. You begin to have concerns because you notice that your friends' children around the same age as your son are very expressive and verbal. You mentioned this concern to your pediatrician and were told, please don't worry. Everyone develops at their own pace. The bottom line is that you're worried. You have heard from a friend that you can have your child assessed for free. If you submit a letter or a request to the elementary school your son is slated to attend when he is school age. Okay, so this is what I need you to do. You're going to do some research. You're going to find out what elementary school your son would attend. Use your real address. What is the school? If you had a child, what school would your child attend? Find out the school district that you live in, the elementary school that your son would attend kindergarten in. Find out the principal's name and the school psychologist's name. You can make a phone call. You can look online. All this information is readily available. That is your research. Next, you're going to write a letter. So you're going to state in the letter your name, your son's name, his age, and what you're genuinely concerned for your child. That you're very concerned about your child's speech, his language, social emotional, fine and gross motor development, and overall cognitive abilities. And you would like a full evaluation and assessment done on your child. You will address a letter to the principal at the elementary school your son would attend kindergarten. You will CC the school psychologist. You will CC the special education division at the school district. That might not be at that site. It might be at the school district. So you're going to have to research that as well. Here are some samples and some links for you to look at. And then it says pages 6 to 8 as well. So special education referral for testing gives you some examples. This letter you're going to submit through Canvas no later than January 30th at 11:59 p.m. Okay, then I give you some more information, some really great information actually. So did you know, this is for your information. So a pediatrician gets 0 to 8 hours of human or child development in their 7+ years of medical school. A pediatrician is not trained on how a child develops. Your preschool teacher, other parents, caregiver most likely have more specialized education and training than your pediatrician. However, it is the pediatrician that typically has to provide you with a referral to receive developmental support from experts. So that is why we assume the pediatrician knows when there should be a concern about the way a child is developing. But truly, it's not. You have to be your child's advocate. You need to know what to look for, and that's why I have created this assignment um, to receive help. Right? It is federal and state education law that children must be given evaluation and full assessment upon request of parent in writing. That is the law. When you request it, they have to do it. Most parents don't know about this. Right? Once the parents have made the request in writing, the school has 30 days to respond and 60 days to do the assessment, which is wonderful. Parents can also contact their local county regional center, and set up an evaluation and assessment with them as well. This is also free of charge, and if the school doesn't cooperate, the regional center will ensure they do so. The Family Support Network of Orange County also provides free developmental screening from 0 to age 5. And here's their link if you'd like to look at that. And parents should complete every 2 months some of these screening tools below. So ages and stages is something I do at my school before a child is accepted into our school. So ages and stages to see typically where your child's at in their milestones, and that's for the first 5 years. Ages and stages is a wonderful tool that is it is age appropriate for each month the child is of age. In other words, when a parent has to complete it, you only have so many days to complete that assessment because it needs to be ranked and so forth while that child is that age. So that's very important. Time is sensitive in those, and they're wonderful, wonderful. So developmental screening tools, it tells you kind of different tools that are used. Um, they identify children who might be developmentally delayed and also gives you some examples of what you can do to help that child. So tools specifically can detect a disorder, for example, autism or cognitive development, language, or gross motor skills. So if they're low in any of those areas, this will show. Or they may be a general encompassing multiple areas of concern. So some screening tools are used primarily in the pediatric practices, while others are used in school system and community settings, right? So screening tools do not provide conclusive evidence of developmental delays and do not result in diagnosis. So these screenings that we use are not going to give you a diagnosis. A positive screening result should be followed up with a thorough assessment. Screening tools do not provide in-depth information of an area of development. Okay, it's kind of just the start of what you want to look into. And these are different types of screening tools. So there's ages and stages questionnaire. Again, that's one I use at my site. There is a communication and symbolic behavior scale. There is parents evaluation of developmental status, which is PEDS. Please look at these, click on these. So modified checklist for autism in toddlers. And there is another tool for autism in toddlers and young children. And then there's other developmental screening tools. There's a comprehensive list that I provide for you. And then there's diagnostic tools and I have provided links for all of these to give you examples. They're great to have. I would keep these going forward. You can use these for your own children. You can use these for friends and family, and they're great to have if you want to work in a school environment. And then, of course, there's American Pediatric Association Diagnostic Manual, which I have provided for you as well. So basically, you're going to look at this letter. You're going to create this letter. You're going to do a bit of research and so forth. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Okay, you can contact me via email. I will get back to you as soon as possible. Again, if you have any questions on anything that we're doing in this week, please do contact me. If not, have a fabulous week, and I will see you all soon. Take care.